Okay, YouTube, so today I'm doing a review on the 2011 Landyachtz Wolfshark. I know the 2012 Wolfshark is coming out very soon, but I really always had an eye on this board, and I just wasn't really sure whether or not I should get a directional top mount for freeride, because I live in a place there's not a whole lot of hills. You have to drive a ways to get to a nice spot. But you know, I kind of got into freeride to the point where I wasn't doing much freestyle at all anymore, and just decided to go ahead and get one before the new one came out, because I didn't want a snot green board, and I thought this graphic was pretty sick. And I know a board's not all about its graphic, but you know, I just really liked this one, and it's turned out to be a great choice. The gas pedals, which is what you probably expect everyone to talk about, because it's one of the big features of this board, are very, very nice and functional. I'm sure you know a lot about these gas pedals, because it's kind of like the thing about this board. But they really are perfect for stand-ups, and I really like them for toe sides, because you can just like feel your foot just perfectly in it and up against the little notch there, and you can just kind of like slowly ease pressure onto it like a gas pedal and whip it around, and it's just perfect. And they're good for heel sides too. But the thing I was a little concerned about between this one and the 2012 one is supposedly the 2012 one has gas pedals in the front also, like my Freeride 41, which I like. But I ended up actually liking this better, because you can still ride it backwards, like the board being backwards, and use this as the nose as your end, and it's just as good. Like, the gas pedal is great here, but the front has so much more concave that it's just really nice. And the way it rounds off right here, where it gets round, if you can kind of use that to your advantage, to like use that as like a gas pedal, because it's still at an angle, and so it's like either way it works just as well. And for certain tricks, being a asymmetrical board, it does better in one direction rather than the other. Like slide shove-its, I tend to like it to start out backwards, so then I land with the board in its normal riding position. For manuals, it's kind of either way. The nose is very good for nose manuals, and manuals if you have it the other way around. And I have it with the truck in the middle up front. See, here's the farthest back hole, and there's the farthest forward, and I have mine in the middle. And I'm running the Paris 180s on here, black with the raw base plate, and the orange nipple bushings with both flat washers. The new Balutes 83A ABEC 11 built-ins, because they're super easy to put together. And then some Cairo or Kiro, however you say it, 1 1/4 inch hardware with a little riser in there. So it's pretty perfect. I'm really liking it. I've got a little bit of wheel bite once or twice, and that's mainly when I first got them. I just had the top washer in. I didn't have the bottom one in because I wanted them to be carvy. Mainly because I'm used to my surf rods indies on this board, which can do like a circle and like place you don't even have to go, and those things turn crazily. So I was kind of used to super loose trucks, but once I got these to like a normal tightness or whatever tightness, I didn't have wheel bite anymore. Plus, once I wear these wheels down a little, that won't be an issue. The wheel wells, when this board first came out, it had little bitty wheel wells that really didn't do anything. Like, might have saved you from like a millimeter of getting wheel bite, but anything like around 70 mil could bite on that if you had loose enough trucks, or just average trucks. So they made them bigger, and they are much bigger. Let's see, it starts back here in the moon and comes to here, and it's a considerable amount of clearance. If you see how wide the board is here, it goes down very thin. The only thing that might be bad about that is this thinness right here. It could be a weakness. If it flips over hard enough, it gets a little chipped up, but you just have to be careful about that. As for the concave, that was another thing I was worried about, because it didn't look like that much, because a lot of videos people would just set it up like that, and right there it looks completely flat, and you really can't see it. But in actuality, or in reality, it's a good bit of concave. For some reason this board, it looks really flat, but it has some intense concave, especially in the front. Also, I thought this back platform was completely flat, but it has a good bit of concave as well. So that's good for when you have your foot over the truck for like blunt slides and stuff, which you actually can do with this little tail, where you do like a slide while picking your front truck up. And like when I do 360s, I put my feet like right over the trucks to get the most leverage, and they're still concave back here, even though there's no gas pedal that far back. This board has a slight W, I think. I don't know if they mention it, but I can feel it. So it's definitely there. Not really much to help your riding, but it gives the board like stiffness. And you can kind of see it from the bottom. So yeah, altogether I'm really glad I got this board. It's been my favorite board so far for sliding, which is my favorite part of longboarding, so it's been my favorite board. Balutes are great. I might do a review on just them at some point, but right now I'm working on 7 minutes, so I gotta wrap it up. But yeah, I really like this board, and if you're on the edge about 2011, 2012, you don't know which one you want to get, I think this is a good buy, and you can always save up and get the 2012 one later on, because I mean, once they replace it, it's not going to be out there anymore. So I'm really glad I got this one. I'm liking my decision, and I'm just pretty much in love with this board. So thanks for watching, and go skate.